business, right? We gotta walk around like we're selling all the houses, right? So I was struggling secretly, right? And I was struggling because I had a lot of people approaching me who wanted to buy a home, but weren't able to because they were cash rich, credit poor, right? Maybe they had cash to buy a house, maybe for the down payment, but maybe not all the cash to buy a house outright, right? Houses are pretty expensive. So they needed financing. And in order to get financing, they had to leverage their credit. And a lot of people don't have the credit. So I was in a world of hurt. You know, I was struggling really badly to maintain my business, my real estate business, because that costs money to maintain a business. And I said, you know what, there's got to be something I can do to assist individuals. For some kind of company, I knew that. And someone found me on Messenger. They reached out to me. And they're like, hey, I can help your clients go from unqualified to qualified in an average time frame of about 3 to 6 months. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. You know, let me try this for myself is what I said, because Las Vegas, whether you know it or not, is a very little big town, okay? So I didn't want to ruin my reputation that I had out here, because obviously as a real estate agent, if I'm telling people I can help them fix their credit to get them into a house and that doesn't happen, that's like career suicide, right? So I wanted to make sure that these services worked. So I tried them out for myself, because I was that real estate agent that was putting people in places and I couldn't even put myself in one because I had such bad credit. So I said, I have nothing to lose except my own bad credit. Let me try this out for myself. When I enrolled in the services, I got 8 of my collections permanently removed from my credit report in just 6 months. You guys, that was life-changing, right? I was like, hair flip, new credit, new me. That's how I felt, because credit, it's a 3-digit number with a 6-digit impact on our financial lives. You know, we have to pay high interest rates or unnecessary deposits because of having bad credit. So, you know, that was something that really affected me, and I became obviously very passionate about what I was doing because it changed my life. So now fast forward almost 2 years later, I've been doing this business simultaneously with real estate, and I've helped so many people get into homes who weren't able to before. And the average time frame it took was an average of about 3 to 6 months. And I partner with other real estate agents to help them do the same. And not only that, I'm helping hundreds of people across the country, and even in U.S. territories like Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, get their credit scores back on track, which in turn is literally changing their lives. Because bad credit can cost a lot of money, okay? So I'm going to dive into that information, the same information that was shown to me almost 2 years ago. I'm going to show you the exact information that not only changed my life, right? It's changed the lives of so many others. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in here. Hopefully you all can see my screen. I'm sure you can. All right, guys. We're going to talk about the company called United Credit Education Services. And this company, like I said, has not only changed my life, it's changed the lives of so many others. Let me minimize this over here. So why is this a company that you can rely on? I'm going to give you guys some stats. Don't take it from me. I'm going to give you some statistics on this company. This company was founded way back in 2004. So if you're doing the math right, that's over 16 years that we've been in business. Any company that's been in business over 10 years, I think we can all agree is a pretty solid company, right? They paid their taxes, the government's done their research. I mean, they're a solid company. And we're headquartered out of Farmington Hills, Michigan. That's where all our licensed credit attorneys are located, our key executives, all our customer support. See, guys, we're not the ones handling these services or taking care of fixing people's credit. You don't want me fixing credit, right? I'm not a licensed credit attorney. We have a whole team of professionals to take care of that for us. And we have a very unique collection of services that is able to provide protection for the client, financial protection. And we're going to learn about those services here in future slides to come. Guys, one thing that really surprised me about this company is that it's completely debt-free. That is massive. I was like, I don't have to worry about this company going into bankruptcy tomorrow or that we owe anybody any money. But not only that, guys, not even banks are debt-free. So obviously for a financial education services company, we want to make sure that we're walking the walk and talking the talk and being debt-free. That's one of the things we got to do. One thing that I love the most too about this company is that the same key executives that founded this company over 16 years ago, they're still running the company today. So we don't have to worry about, the vision or the goals or the mission statement of the company changing, right? The goal and the vision is very strong. They're passionate about financial literacy and they want to help families across the country achieve financial success by working on their credit and other tools that we're going to speak about in future slides. Now, why is this more important now, right now, more than ever? Because right now, if you look about what's going on in the world, economically, this whole country is kind of in shambles because of this pandemic that nobody foresaw coming. Maybe the people who created it, if you're a conspiracy theorist, but no one saw this coming, right? So people are out there having to live paycheck to paycheck, most of them living with less than $500 in their savings account. And what can they do, right? If you don't have credit cards that you can use to get by, then what are you doing to get by in these times? So we want to make sure that people are financially stable. Now, guys, the single biggest difference between financial success and failure is simply how you manage your money. And T. Harv Eker says it's simple. To master money, you must learn how to manage money. And guys, we are never ever taught in our school system, not elementary, not middle, not high school. I got my business management degree and my bachelor's, and I never was taught about credit or finances, personal finances. So, Robert Kiyosaki says it takes a lot of time to change your thinking to become financially literate because we're never taught. So instead of being taught about Pythagorean theorems and hypotenuse triangles in schools, I really think that they should have taught us about financial literacy, personal finances. Because if they did, then we wouldn't have these 5 shocking facts that you're about to learn about, okay? These are the next slides. Are some 5 shocking facts that you didn't know about your finances. Americans, all right, like you and I, are drowning in a total of over $1 trillion in credit card debt. And guys, this came from the source, thebalance.com, and this was as of last year in March 2019. I can't even imagine how much more debt Americans are drowning in because of everything that's going on with our economy right now. So these are old stats. Just think about current times, and we don't even have those numbers to give you right now. That's a very staggering, scary number right there. 56% of people in the U.S. have absolutely no rainy day funds, no savings at all, okay? And that is really scary to know in times like this. Imagine being let off for over 30 days without knowing if you're going to have employment again, if you're going to be able to get hired back on. When is your next paycheck coming in, and how are you going to buy that toilet paper if you ever find it at the store, okay? So that's a really scary place to be in. There's 46% of baby boomers who have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. Guys, baby boomers, I mean, imagine now if you were let off and you were a baby boomer. You're probably not going to get hired back on by another company. Maybe, right? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But if you don't, you probably won't because you're a liability. You're at an older age now where, God forbid, something happens to you. Now they have to pay. That they didn't have to keep up with friends. This reminds me of a Drake song. But yeah, we do it for the gram, right? And most of us keep it a secret. And that's kind of scary that we're out here trying to show for people and impress people who have nothing to do with our lives, right? So that's a statistic for you there. And about 43 million Americans have less than perfect credit in America. And if you know anything about credit, you know it ranges from 300 all the way up to 850. And if you didn't know, now you know, okay? And anything less than 600 is considered poor credit. So there's over 43 million Americans walking around with less than perfect credit. And we already established why. We are never taught about credit or personal finances. So it's no wonder that we're walking around with bad credit. So now answer, what can having poor credit feel like, right? I've been there, so I can tell you. Anxiety, right? Anyone that has financial issues, you're anxious, you're embarrassed. A lot of people are afraid to talk about their credit. You're frustrated, you're scared, and you're confused. And guys, I have been there. I have felt all those feelings. And that is a scary place to be in. But it's really nothing to be ashamed of, you guys. It happens to great people all the time. I mean, just look at the President of the United States. He filed for bankruptcy over 3 times. And he's arguably the most powerful person in the world, arguably. And like George Foreman, 50 Cent, all these people have filed for bankruptcy, and they've been in a place where where they were in a financially unstable place and now they've bounced back. So it doesn't make you a bad person. We just need to educate people, right? That's where we come from. That's why this company comes in and we educate people. Now, in contrast, having good credit can literally have you feeling like this young lady right here, right? You're like, ugh, because you can walk into a car dealership to get a car if you need one, confident, feeling excited. Maybe you're going to have no interest, right? Instead of like 26% interest. And you're going to feel abundant, guys. You're going to be able to have good credit opens up a lifestyle that you want and you desire, such as having homes, right? Buying homes, new cars, having low interest rates on credit cards and loans, higher limits for your credit cards so you can go out there and spend, hopefully not max it out, make sure you're less than 30%. But also, a lot of us don't know this, but security deposits. When you apply for your rental home, or, utility bills, or even cell phones, some people have to put down payments, like security deposits. That's not normal, okay? If you have good credit, you wouldn't have to be paying those deposits, okay? So we want to show people how to get to those things, those goals, accomplish those goals right there. So that's why United Education Services, United Credit Education Services, UCES for short, has come about. What we are committed to is helping individuals and families build, organize, and protect their financial future. That is the goal of this company. And we have an award-winning protection plan that offers 12 services to do just that, guys. Build, organize, and protect. And these services, they range from budgeting, credit restoration, all the way down to will and trust. And we're going to dive into those services a little deeper. So let's talk about what we do to help build our customers' financial future. We offer credit restoration. Guys, this is our staple item that we offer in our protection plan. Because so many people are walking around with bad credit, we want to make sure that we can get their credit to where it needs to be so that they can save money monthly and annually. So what do we do with our credit restoration? Well, it's simple. We don't do anything. We refer the clients to our company where we have reputable, licensed credit restoration agents and credit attorneys, I should say, rather. And what they do is they pull the client's credit report from all 3 credit bureaus and dispute all negative items from all 3 credit bureaus all at once. And then that's how they work to remove negative, inaccurate, erroneous, and obsolete information from a client's credit report. And we get amazing results with that. Average time frame it takes is about 3 to 6 months for a client to see results in their credit score, which is very, very powerful, okay? They don't have to be in our program for over a year, anything like that, okay, which is very impressive. We have a credit builder tool because we don't just want to build up your credit or work to restore it and then you don't know how we got there, right? We have in your customer portal, all these services are located in a customer portal that you have access to 24/7, and you can understand how we got your credit to where it needs to go in an easy to understand online format, okay? We also offer a credit monitoring service, which is like Credit Karma on steroids, okay? I love smart credit. This service right here, I don't care if you have an 800 credit score, you guys. You need to make sure you're monitoring that credit score. Even more so if you have an 800 credit score, because nobody's going to want to steal your identity if you have a 300 credit score, okay? So even more so if you have an 800, but it's important to know where we're at so we know where we want to go, okay, or how to get there. So that credit monitoring service is amazing. Guys, this one shocked and awed me when I heard about it. The company allows you to have access to a credit attorney. Like, a credit attorney can cost hundreds of dollars an hour, okay? Any attorney can cost hundreds of dollars an hour. This is built into that protection plan for our clients, and they have access through their customer portal that they have access to 24/7. Should there ever be any litigation or they have debt harassment or identity theft, they can reach out, and we will take care of that at no additional cost to the client, which is very impressive. Now, a lot of us don't know how our credit score is calculated. So this right here is the FICO scoring model, which is the most widely used model across the country. 35% of your credit score is made up of payment history. So when I meet people and they're like, oh, I just have one little late payment, one little one. I'm like, okay, that one little late payment right there is affecting your credit score anywhere from 50 to 60 points. Because, especially if it's within the last 24 months, the last 2 years, because your payment history makes up 35% of your credit score, which is the biggest portion. 30% of your credit score is amounts owed on your credit. So how much debt do you have? There's a little rule we have. Whatever your limit is, you want to be below 30% of that credit limit. Because if you're maxing out your credit cards, you're greatly affecting your credit score. Now, if you're looking at this right here, 65% of your credit score is within your hands, right? Payment history, paying your bills on time, and not racking up too much debt. That's something that we can all control for ourselves, but we don't know about these things. We're never taught. So now you know, okay? Tell your friends. Now, 15% of your credit score is length of credit history. How long have you had your accounts established for? Do you have any credit history? This is huge for a lot of people, right? A lot of people don't have any credit history. You have a thin profile. We want to make sure you're building up history. 10% of your credit is new credit inquiries. Now, whether you get approved or denied for whatever you're applying for, it's still a credit inquiry and affects your credit. So please be careful with whatever you're applying for. Hopefully you get approved and you don't have to keep reapplying for things, okay? So make sure that your inquiries, you're monitoring that and you're not just applying for all these things because each inquiry hurts your credit score, okay? 10%, the remaining 10% of your credit score is the types of credit, whether it's installment loans, like anything that has a due date and a certain amount of money that's owed, like a car loan, a mortgage, those are installment loans, versus revolving loans, like credit cards. Those are all revolving, right? There's no end date. You can keep them for as long as possible. So guys, you want to have a diversified credit portfolio. You want to have a mix of installment and revolving credit so that lenders can look at your credit score or your report and be like, okay, you're responsible with paying back those things, those installments, and those revolving. Now, the revolving is the wild card. You want to have, if you don't have credit cards, you want to make sure you can get some because that never has an end date. So that credit history, the length of credit, 15%, you can keep that for a lifetime. You don't want to be closing accounts, okay? That's one myth that a lot of people don't know about. Now, not only do we help you build, right? I told you we have 12 total services. We also help you organize your financial future. And how do we do that? We have tools such as budgeting. How many of us have all these bills that we have to pay and we don't know how to properly budget? So we offer you a service where you can go ahead and budget, go ahead, put your income and what you have to spend, and we'll help you allocate that and stay on track and hold you accountable. Now, we also offer a net worth calculator. It is so important for us to know what our net worth is. Now, guys, when I first started in this company, I feel like my life insurance was worth more than my net worth, right? I'm worth more dead than alive right now. And that's a very scary place to be in, okay? So you want to make sure that maybe when you first start this net worth tool, you're going to be like, ooh, hopefully it's not a negative number, right? But it'll help you see where you're at so you can know where you're going to go. And the YFL Family Mint. YFL stands for Youth Financial Literacy. And this is a program where we can not only teach ourselves about credit, but we can teach our children. Now, I don't know about you. I'm a single mom with 2 kids. This excited me. I'm like, wow, I can teach my 7 and 4-year-old about finances. They make it very easy for your children to understand and learn like we didn't get the opportunity to. And we also have debt payoff tools, guys, where you can plug in all your debt, your interest rates, and it'll help you find the best and the quickest way possible to pay down your debt. And I say best because it's going to show you which ones to pay down so you can save the most amount of money. And this is an amazing tool that I use for myself personally. Now, not only do we help you build and organize, but we also help you protect your financial future. Again, I will repeat myself. All of these services are included in the protection plan. So all of these that I mentioned, there's no additional cost for these. So how do we help you protect? Every 2 seconds in this country, someone's identity is stolen. So we offer identity theft protection. And this identity theft protection is offered through Privacy Armor. This is so important to have because we don't want our clients building their credit score and then someone takes note of it and they're going to steal their identity, right? We want to make sure that we're protecting our clients. And identity theft is a very scary place to be in. I met a gentleman about a month ago. He had 6 years worth of identity theft. At that point, he needs to prove he is himself, right? And that's very scary. You don't want to have to go through that process. Now, we also offer a will and trust. And guys, a will and trust can cost thousands upon thousands of dollars to establish and thousands upon thousands of dollars for your family and loved ones if you don't have them established. And these documents all come included. And I was shocked and awed to hear about that, okay? Financial lockbox, where you can input all your secure documents into a cloud-based system so your family doesn't have to rummage around your house to find things, right? It's all right there in the financial lockbox in case of emergency. Your life insurance policy, things like that. and savings goals, guys. We all have savings goals. We all want to, well, maybe we don't all want to. I know I do. I want to go ahead and travel and experience my life and not have to worry about finances. So in order to do that, I have to make sure that I'm saving. We all have to make sure that we're saving, and we're never taught to do so. So we offer a tool to help you do so, and it holds you accountable. It surely does. Now, not only do we help you build, organize, and protect, but we help you save, right? How do we help you do that? We have an exclusive app that we offer for any protection plan member where you can earn about 5.4% cash back on your everyday purchases from national retailers and restaurants that we all use all the time, like Uber, Domino's, Whole Foods, right? Whole Foods, they be taking your whole paycheck. So you want to make sure you're saving when you go to Whole Foods. Home Depot, Carnival Cruise, right? All these and more. And you have it on your app, right? You have it in the power of your phone. You go to the cash register or wherever, and you have them scan a code, and then you immediately get cash back that you can use for other retailers. And that's awesome, you guys, because I don't know about you, but I'm not cheap. I just like saving money. So this is a huge, huge tool that I love to use. Now, when our customers enroll and they take advantage of all those 12 amazing services that I spoke to you about, we have a roadmap that they're on, okay? Now, you didn't mess up your credit overnight. So, I mean, I wish I could wave my magic credit wand and say, whoop, 800 credit score, but that's not the way it works. So we have a roadmap and a plan for our clients, a plan to success. So when you get started, month 1, you can see right here, we're going to activate your credit restoration so you can start receiving your dispute letters in the mail to begin that disputing process to remove those ugly, ugly items from your credit report, okay? And then you're going to have access to Smart Credit, that credit monitoring system I talked to you about, so that you can go ahead and track your score and watch it grow, which is very fun to do, okay? Plus, we're going to set up your identity theft protection because we don't want anybody ruining your identity while we're trying to make it better, okay? We're trying to make your credit better. We don't want people taking it this way while we're going this way, okay? Months 2 to 3, we're going to help build your credit score by that credit builder tool I told you about. And then should you need it, which I really feel like everyone needs a credit card, but maybe you don't have the credit score to go ahead and get an unsecured credit card. And an unsecured credit card is the ones that we're familiar with, right? The ones that you apply for and like hopefully, right, you're like, oh, I hope I get approved. Hopefully, if you have bad credit or no credit, you're probably not going to get approved, right? So we offer a secured credit card where pretty much everyone gets approved unless there's a recent bankruptcy. And all you simply do is you fund the card. And whatever you fund that card with, that is your credit limit. And it works just the same as a credit card. You can build your credit score. That's a very powerful way to do so. And now, guys, how many of us, light up the chats. Let me know. How many of us are renters? Go ahead and drop a 11111 if you're a renter. I want to see that chat light up because I know we got renters on here. Drop some ones if you're a renter, okay? I see it lighting up. I see it lighting up. Did you know, now those renters who responded to me, did you know that your rent is never reported to any credit bureau? Unless you're evicted. They'll happily report it negatively, never positively for you. So we give credit where credit is due, literally, okay? Every month that you pay your rent, we have a service called Credit My Rent that'll go ahead and report your rent, your on time, hopefully on time, monthly rental payments directly to the credit bureau to help build up that credit score. And guys, we can even go back a whole whopping 2 years if you have 2 years worth of rental history and add that onto your credit report to help build up that score even more. When I have added that 2 years onto my clients' credit reports, guys, that's the difference between someone qualifying for a home loan and not qualifying for a home loan. Their scores jumped up anywhere from 50 to 150 points because you're adding someone's biggest bill and 2 years of it onto their credit report, which is very impressive, okay? So if you're a renter and you're not using Credit My Rent, you're sleeping. You got to jump on that, okay? But now you know, right? You just didn't know. Now you do. Now, months 4 to 6, we help you work on any outstanding debts by using that debt payoff tool, the budgeting tool. You have access to that credit attorney. We have settlement and debt validation letters where you can go ahead and simultaneously while we're working on your credit, you can do the same. We can all bombard the credit bureaus. We're just going to drop bombs on them. They're not even going to know what to do first, and then you're going to get outstanding results that way. Now, months 7 through 9, we're going to help you build your financial future. How do we do that? By creating your will and trust, by setting up your financial financial lockbox so you have all your personal documents right there. We can help you develop your savings goals as well. And guys, 10 months, 10 plus and ongoing, we're going to work with the results that you receive. Continue working on your will and trust documents. Check with your insurance. A lot of us don't know this. Your home insurance, your auto insurance, they check your credit score. Call them. If you ever get a credit increase, you want to call them and say, hey, you need to check that again because your premium can go down, which can save you money, right? And I'm all about saving money. And then we're going to help you open new lines of credit to maintain your new credit score. And check in on the ongoing services that you have, guys. All these services, they're amazing, okay? Now, not only do we offer all those amazing services that you have access to through your computer, there is also an app because so many of us don't even use a computer anymore. We all use our phones. We're all like on our phones all the time. So we realize that, and we have an app that you can download whether you're a Team iPhone, or Team Android, right? You can go ahead, or any other phone you have. I don't know if there's any other one. You can go ahead and you can download that app so you can go ahead and use your services, track your progress, access everything online from your phone. What I love most about the app is it sends you push notifications. It can say, hey, your dispute letters are on the way. Hey, did you send your results to corporate? It keeps you on track, which essentially helps you get better results when you're doing what you need to do. Now, guys, I want to know, after all these services that I told you about, please tell me what you think something like this would cost monthly. How much do you think something like this would cost you monthly? Let me open up my chat box here. I want to see what everyone thinks these services cost. $400 a month, $600 a month. She's amazing. Thank you, Melissa. Any other guesses out here? 500, 400, 600, 800, 1,500, 1,200. Guys, would you be surprised to know that these services cost a one-time setup fee of $188, and that includes your first month of $89 plus an activation fee of $99, plus a monthly subscription of $89 a month. No contract. You can cancel whenever. It's a month-to-month. Guys, I was like blown away because I already told you that a will, trust, and power of attorney costs anywhere thousands of dollars depending on your assets, right? Plus, credit restoration, the average cost is about $200, $300 a month. And that's unheard of. And those companies that do that $200, $300 a month, they're not disputing all negative items from all three credit bureaus all at once. No, they want to keep you in the program as long as possible for $200, $300 a month. They're no fool, right? But we want to make sure that our clients are in and out. That is what has built our amazing reputation and gives our clients that 100% customer satisfaction. And they have access to all 12 of these products right here. This is unheard of, you guys. But not only that, I like free. Who likes free? Drop some ones if you like free, because I always say, if it's free, it's for me. I'm all about the free, okay? So yes, I will happily pay $89 a month every month for those services because I feel like it's a steal. However, the company is so gracious that they offer a new customer referral program, which says that if you refer 5 people, well, you can refer as many people as you want, but if 5 people get enrolled, you get your services for free. F-R-E-E, baby. All free. That is exciting. When I heard that, I was like, we all know 5 people with bad credit, right? I mean, I feel like I can throw a rock and hit 5 people with bad credit. It might just like bounce off of them. I don't know. But yes, we can get our services, those amazing services that I told you about, for free. And that's just incredible for our clients. We want to help them save money, and that's something that we're doing to aid them in doing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love to give back, right? I love being a part of a company that gives back as well, because that's very powerful for me. We partner with a program called Youth Financial Literacy Foundation. It is a nonprofit organization, a 501c3, and it's called the YFL for short. And how we fund this YFL nonprofit is $2 from every single customer that pays their $89 a month gets funded into this nonprofit. Now, what we do with this nonprofit is what should have been done for us in our youth. We educate the youth, 5th through 9th graders, on the matters of personal finance. We're teaching them what's a credit score, how's it calculated, what are taxes even, right? What's an interest rate? I don't think I learned what those things were until I was like 23, okay? I just gave my age. I'm older than that, but that's okay. we give away scholarship money. We give away scholarship money to students who apply for our foundation. That is pretty amazing. This year in February, we had our convention, and I was able to see 13 students receive $400,000 total. Guys, that is awesome. I was so happy, and I mean, the whole room was in tears when this young lady who, just struggled through cancer treatment received that scholarship money. The year prior, $350,000 we gave away. $250,000 the year before. Guys, we've given away over $1 million in scholarships. This is something that I told you as a single mom of 2 kids, I am just so passionate about. Because I know when my kids are of age, they're going to be applying for this YFL, right? I mean, we all like to save money, right? So definitely amazing things that this company is doing. Now, here's what our customers are saying, guys. You heard what I had to say about my amazing results. I got 8 of my collections removed in 6 months. My credit score shot up 87 points. I was thrilled. I've helped hundreds of clients in the time that I've been with this company and achieved the same results or better, right? But let's hear from Todd. I'm just going to pick some random ones here because I know we all got things to do. I'm not going to read them all. But Todd, he says, my wife and I tried to get finance for a home but couldn't go ahead with buying because of our credit issues. We were living in an apartment and desperately needed to move to a home because of our growing family. We enrolled in credit restoration with United Credit Education Services as a last resort, and they were surprised and overjoyed when their credit score went up significantly within 6 months. And now they're happy living in their own home, which is awesome because they don't have to be quarantined in a little apartment, right? Hopefully they have a backyard. Then we have Debbie from South Carolina. She said she had an excellent experience with our services, and she's so glad and proud to be a part of this company. The customer service is superb, sorry guys, and consistent. And she says, keep up the great work. Jerry, his score went up over 150 points in 6 weeks. 150 points in 6 weeks. That's unheard of, right? He's saving so much more money than he spent on the credit restoration services. And that's something that's very important. We spend a lot of money on having bad credit. These credit restoration services are significantly cheaper. And guys, I can go on and on about what customers are saying because there's just so many amazing things to say. But I want to let you know. Now you know what it's like or what you have to do to get a good credit score, right? Now it is time for you to make a decision. Are you going to take control of your financial future today? Or are you going to let it continue to take hold of you? Right? We want to go ahead and make a decision because, guys, for less than $3 a day, you can fix your credit. It's way more expensive to have bad credit. And I'll tell you what, a lot of us spend, more than $3 a day on Starbucks. So if you're interested in this opportunity and you want to get started, please contact the person who invited you today so we can help you achieve those amazing results. Just like everybody else. Sorry, someone's not muted. So I want to go ahead and actually bring on someone who achieved some amazing results, someone that I know went through these services and benefited from them greatly. So, Nika, are you on the line with me right now? Nika, are you on the line? Nika's not on the line, guys. It's okay. We'll get back to her if she's on. But you know what? I want to bring up this other gentleman who, he saw the value in these services. Maybe he didn't need them himself, but, he saw this value because he's also a Las Vegas real estate agent out here killing the game with me, growing a huge team of people who also, like him and I, want to help other people achieve financial success through our credit scores. And he's such a selfless leader, Navy veteran. Musa Mikhail, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Woo! Welcome, Musa. Please tell the people your story.
All right. Thank you for that, Bianca. I appreciate the introduction, and you did a wonderful job presenting all that information. So like she said, I'm a Navy veteran. I got my realtor license here in Las Vegas, and pretty early I saw how important credit is, right? You can't buy a house unless you have cash or credit, like Bianca said. And 90% of people need credit. So that's one of the biggest factors in determining whether you can buy a house or not. I personally did not need the services, but I know since I'm in real estate, I'm going to be coming in contact with a lot of people that will need the services and have needed the services. So I wanted to give myself a solution for them, right? Give them a solution. Because there's over 15,000 agents here in Vegas, and I'm sure majority of them do not have a solution for the huge market of people who can buy but just have bad credit. So I wanted to give them an opportunity to fix their credit, and this is the most effective way, right? If you know the law and understand how the disputes work, this is the fastest possible way you can even get results in the first place. And I saw that. I saw it as a platform to help people, and I saw it I've seen all the success from a lot of people in the company nationwide, and I wanted to just get involved and spread the word. So that's what I did. Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you so much for that information. And guys, I mean, that's just, you're hearing from one person. I'm sure we can go on and on with testimonies and amazing results, but for the sake of time, I want you guys to get back to whatever it is you guys are doing. So I know that you guys jumped on this webinar to learn a little bit about how you can make some additional income from wherever you could take your phone, right? I mean, the government's literally telling us to work from home, right? So a lot of us are looking to make additional income, and I wanted you to know the history of the company, the vision of the company, and a little bit about the services that we're offering. But to hear about how you can blow this business up big and help as many people as possible, I couldn't think of anyone better to give you this information than a gentleman who has literally scaled this business in such a short amount of time, who his business is generating over $50,000, not every year, every 30 days. And he is a gentleman that in a short amount of time, and for his position within the company as an executive sales director, which you'll learn about, he's been able to achieve what a lot of people, what no one has. He broke history in this company. He's a six-figure earner. That means he's earned six figures in this company. And guys, that doesn't mean it's all about money. No, that's directly reflected by the amount of people he has been able to serve and help either fix their credit score or make additional income by helping others do the same. So I cannot think of anyone better to give you the business information than none other than someone who's done it themselves, right? So Mr. Coach Kevin Blake, are you on the line with me right now?
Yes, I am, Bianca. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
Oh my God. I have my little leadership chat here, and I have a few of my agents they're sending me fire emojis. They're saying she's killing it. And of course, I just appreciate your leadership. I appreciate your tenacity. Your business is also doing 25,000 plus in business every 30 days. And your consistency, that's the reason why you're going to continue to have success. I have no doubt in my mind you will be one of the top producing senior regional vice presidents within this company. Just continue to build, continue to be selfless. And hopefully this week we can have you come on and do another webinar for the people, because it looks like you spoke to a lot of people. And when you said, what did you say? Something about your life insurance was less than what I'm like, what? So when it comes to the value and all the information that you just dropped about credit, how it works from a real estate agent perspective, that's a treat. A lot of people on here, they want to buy homes, they want to buy cars. They cannot get the car or they cannot get the home without credit. Let me go ahead and see who I have to mute this line real quick. But I definitely want to thank you just for presenting, and I appreciate you. Thank you.